Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Hitchhiking Bones YouTube channel. My name is Will. Hope you're all doing great. Um, Let me know as we get going here. Looks like we have three people watching. But let me know as we get going here whether or not everything is fine. Um, Make sure I'm actually live and everything. So if you can drop a comment, let me know that we're rolling. Hey, welcome in, Pam. Great to see you. Thanks for being here. Get my list going real quick. Um, yeah, sorry, crazy, just kind of crazy things going on right now. um, hey, Tina, welcome in. Great to see you as well. Appreciate y'all being here, of course. Um, but yeah, just busy, hit the ground running. We got back from our trip yesterday. I'm trying to remember about what time we got back. But yesterday evening, we got back from our trip to Disney World for spring break. Had a wonderful time. We're able to stay a little bit, get there a little earlier than we had originally planned to. But we had a wonderful trip. I'm excited to tell y'all all about it. Today is today's stream is probably going to be a little less detailed, the way I can have some more time to kind of gather my thoughts. But I did want to, hop on and give y'all, at least a high level summary of some of the, highlights from our trip. Let's see, let me get my notes updated here. Sorry. But, hate to, or hated to miss a stream the other day with Mom and Tina. I'll have to do team replay for them since we were still at Walt Disney World. But I'm sure they did an excellent job streaming the other day. Go back and like me, if you can go back and be team replay for Mom and Tina's stream recently. Um, let's see here. So we got Pam. Who else we got in here? Look at the comments. We got Mandy Adams. Great to see you, Mandy. Thanks for being here. Yeah, and sorry for again. Apologize for the late start. Um, we had with just a lot of personal stuff going on. We had considered skipping skipping streaming tonight, but I just decided even though Mom couldn't make it tonight, I wanted to go live, say hello to everybody. It's been a little bit since I was on. I was trying to wrap up my MBA class and got that all wrapped up. Had a bigger class size this time with 27 students, and so it's a fight to the finish. It's it's been quite some time since I pulled an all nighter, for anything. And but anyway, I ended up getting grades submitted, and everybody did pretty well in the class, which is always great. Um, and so I let's see. I'm laughing at Tina's comments here. Sorry, catching up in the chat real quick. Let's see. Hey, Jonathan, welcome in. Great to see you as well. Always great to see you. Sorry. Let's see. Jonathan, grab you here. I changed up the way I'm keeping track of everybody's names from week to week. Then we have lots of regulars, so I just kind of copy and paste the names now to move them up to reflect that they were in that stream. But again, it's wonderful to have everybody here tonight. Let's see. Catch up in the chat. Sorry. All good. Hey, Kay, welcome in. Great to see you. Thanks for being here, Kay. 8:40. We'll get into some This Day in Disney history very shortly. Mom, great to see you in the chat as well. Mom and Dad, I'm sure. Get y'all written down here. Yes, happy St. Patrick's Day. Did anybody do anything to celebrate St. Patrick's Day? We watched, one of our favorite movies, Disney Channel original movie called Look at the Irish. It's a really fun movie. I think it's neat that it highlights, the importance of, your culture and your heritage and your history. We're all part of, a family tree, and we all have our ancestries. And so, it's interesting over time, there are sometimes trends, throughout the family's ancestry, whether it be, a certain profession or, just, certain things about your life or maybe even your personality. Um, that you may have a small piece of your personality could have been very similar to somebody generations ago. So it's really all fascinating. Mom had a shamrock shake from McDonald's. Anybody else do anything to commemorate the day, St. Patrick's Day? I had a shamrock shake on our way home from Disney, and it was excellent. I'd heavily debated getting the Oreo variant. I didn't get it, but I considered, trying the Oreo variant of the Shamrock Shake. I'm sure it's great too. But anyway, hope you all had a wonderful St. Patrick's Day. Let me get into a little bit of this day in Disney history. This day in Disney history, 1900, actress Ruth Clifford, the third voice of Minnie Mouse, is born in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. She supplied the voice of Minnie for such shorts as First Aiders, 1944, Mickey's Delayed Date, 1947, Pluto's Sweater, 1949, and Pluto and the Gopher, 1950. A leading lady in Hollywood silent films of the 1920s, her career thrived in the television era with appearances on such series as Dr. Kildare, Hazel, and Playhouse 90. Again, this day in Disney history, actress Ruth Clifford, the third voice of Minnie Mouse, born this day in Disney history, 1900. Moving on here. This day in Disney history, 1923, actress Kathleen Freeman is born in Chicago, Illinois, with a career that spanned more than 50 years. She portrayed acerbic maids, secretaries, teachers, busybodies, nurses, and comedic battle axe neighbors and relatives. Her Disney live-action credits include The Strongest Man in the World, Hocus Pocus, I'll Be Home for and I'll Be Home for Christmas. Freeman's voice can also be heard in DuckTales, Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, and Hercules. She also appeared in season 6 episode of The Golden Girls. In film, she is perhaps best remembered for appearing in Singing in the Rain, 11 Jerry Lewis comedies in the 1950s and 60s, The Blues Brothers, Naked Gun, 33 plus to the third, The Final Insult, and Shrek. Freeman passed away at age 78 in August 2001. Again, that's actress Kathleen Freeman, born this day in Chicago, Illinois, 1923. Let's see. This day in Disney history, 1925, actor Hal Holbrook, the voice of Amphitryon, Amphitryon in the 1997 Hercules and Mayday in the 2014 movie Planes, Fire and Rescue, is born in Cleveland, Ohio. His Disney credits also include the 1972 part TV episode The Wacky Zoo of Morgan City, portraying Mitch Collins, in the 2012 feature film Lincoln as journalist Francis Preston Blair. Nominated for an Academy Award 5 different times during his long career, Holbrook is best known for his one-man show as Mark Twain. So, this day in Disney history, Hal Holbrook was born. Here. Hey, welcome in, Strawberry Field Fairy. Thanks for being here. It's written down here. All right, check that. Let's see. Oh, Teeny made corned beef and cabbage. Yeah, I heard it was National Corned Beef and Cabbage Day too. At work, there's a lady every morning that does the highlights the National Day or whatever the celebration is for that day. Sometimes it's really, really obscure. But Jillian said we ran out of Lucky Charms before today, or she'd eaten that. Yeah, that would have been fun. Pam said she played some Irish music. Neat. Kay Wilby says, having my corned beef and cabbage lunch tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Anybody else have it? Tina said she made some, so that's fun. Let's see here. Jonathan says, didn't wear much green, but wearing a Celtic Canadian East Coast music hoodie and listening to Celtic music all day. That's good time. Strawberry Field Fairy said had McDonald's the new blueberry chocolate pie and coffee. Oh, nice! I didn't realize that they had put that out yet. Yeah. Mom's not here tonight. She's got other things going on. But I look forward to having her back on next week. Oh, neat. Kay says she actually got to see Hal Holbrook as Mark Twain. That's pretty neat. Let's see. Okay. All right. This day in Disney history. The 1934 actor comic Barry Humphries, also known as the voice of Bruce in the 2003 film Finding Nemo, was born in Victoria, Australia. This day in Disney history, 1934. Let's see. Oh, here, this one's for Jillian. This day in Disney history, 1935. Actress Christina Pickles is born in Halifax, Yorkshire, England. She played Beatrice Stanhope in Disney's 2003 sequel, George of the Jungle 2. But fans of the NBC sitcom Friends will remember her as Judy Geller, Ross and Monica's mother. Jillian's a big fan of Friends. So, Christina Pickles, born this day in Disney history, 1935. Hey, Nicole, welcome in. Great to have you here. Thanks for being here. Get you added in here, Nicole. All right. Moving on. Let's see. This day in Disney history, 1956, actor Richard Karn is born. And we love, this is another show that we love. This day in 1956, actor Richard Karn is born. Richard Karn Wilson in Seattle, Washington. Best known for his co-starring role as Al Borland. I don't think so, Tim. In the 1990s ABC sitcom Home Improvement. He also voiced the character for Disney's Air Bud, Seventh Inning Fetch in 2002, Air Buddies in 2006, and Snow Buddies in 2008. So big shout out, salute, if you will, to Richard Karn, born this day in Disney history, 1956. We love Home Improvement. Jillian, I've watched every episode. Jillian has watched every season multiple times, probably every episode multiple times. So, but we love it. His Al's character being the straight man to Tim Allen's craziness. It's just a perfect dynamic, and they're a whole lot of fun. So, oh, neat. Nicole says our Yorkshire Terrier, she's named after Phoebe and Friends. That's fun. Oh my goodness. Jillian says, Alan, you are the same, and I'm crazy like Tim. Oh, me. But and also too, love Al Borland. Somebody said Mr. Halfface. Yeah, Wilson. His character. The gag of him not showing his whole face or at all he's being obscured by something. I don't know who thought that up, but it's genius. It's super funny. But really, really, great show. Lots of fun. This day in Disney history, 1960. The Disneyland satellite view of America, originally called Space Station X1, when the park first opened in 1955, closes. It will be replaced by the Art of Animation the following May. So that's interesting. I didn't even know about that. Oh, here's a great one. This day in Disney history, 1963, comedian actor Larry the Cable Guy, most known for his saying "Get her done," but also, famous, of course, for none other than Mater. So Larry the Cable Guy is born Daniel Lawrence Whitney in Pawnee City, Nebraska. He supplied the voice for Mater in the 2006 Pixar feature Cars, the short Mater and the Ghost Light, and the 2011 follow-up Cars 2. And in June 2012, Disneyland's California Adventure theme park's Cars Land opened a ride called Mater's Junkyard Jamboree, which is just it's amazing. We love that ride, especially at Christmas time, with all of the funny Christmas themed Cars songs. It's hilarious. It's fantastic. But big fans of the Junkyard Jamboree. And big fans of Larry the Cable Guy. And he also played Mater in Cars 3 in 2017. So, one of my favorite things about Larry the Cable Guy voicing Mater is the fact that he also does the announcements in Spanish. So you listen to the pre-ride kind of spiel, keep hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle at all times during the ride. And it's hilarious because he does Spanish announcements in Mater's voice, and it's just fantastic. Hey, welcome in, Jason. Thanks for being here. Great to see you. Let's see here. Sorry, double checking the chat. Keith, great to see you. Thanks for being here. Get you written down here, Keith. But yeah, big fans of Larry the Cable Guy, and obviously we love Mater. So it's a lot of fun. Let's see. Yeah, you're right, Jonathan. He also did the other show with Tim Allen about tools and cars and building stuff. Let's see. Yeah, that's right. Jillian had mentioned the toolbox in Toy Story is a Benford toolbox that falls on Woody, which is pretty funny. But in the meet and greet that they used to have, which is now Edmund Amode's meet and greet there at Hollywood Studios, they had a Benford toolbox in there as well. And Jillian and I had taken a picture of that. So pretty fun. Neat throwback there. Right. Yeah, it's just like Slinky Dog, on Slinky Dog Dash, Slinky Dog makes the Spanish announcements too. All the safety announcements and everything. It's a lot of fun. All right. Moving on. This day in Disney history, 1965. Director and producer Michael Bay is born in Los Angeles, California. Known for his high concept action films, his Disney Touchstone credits include The Rock, Armageddon, Pearl Harbor, and I Am Number 4. Let's see here. Moving on. This day in Disney history, 1975, animator, director, screenwriter, producer, and storyboard artist and voice actor named Raymond S. Percy is born in Eagle Rock, California. First known for directing many episodes of The Simpsons. In 2010, Percy moved from Fox Animation Studios to Walt Disney Animation Studios. His credits include Ralph Breaks the Internet, Wreck-It Ralph, Frozen, Teacher's Pet, Zootopia, Get a Horse, and Feast. Those are fun. Let's see here. And again, this is from thisdayindisneyhistory.com. You can go in and pick the date. So, This Day in Disney History, 1981, actor Joseph Gordon-Levitt, the voice of Jim Hawkins in the 2002 Disney feature Treasure Planet, is born in Los Angeles, California. TV fans may recognize him as Tommy on Third Rock from the Sun, which ran between 1996 and 2001. This day in Disney history, 1983, Disney's Tron is nominated. Yeah, Transformers, right, Jonathan? Michael Bay. It's probably the one I'm most associated with is the Transformers franchise there. But this day in Disney history, 1983, Disney's Tron is nominated for 2 Academy Awards: Best Costume Design and Best Sound. The 55th Academy Awards will take place on April 11th in 1983. Let's see here. Moving on. This day in Disney history, 1993, Disney's Aladdin, one of my personal favorites, top 5 favorite for me. Disney's Aladdin is nominated for 5 Academy Awards: Best Sound, Best Effects, Sound Effect Design, Editing, and then twice for Best Music Original Song and Best Music Original Score. The Academy Awards will be on March 29th that year. Now here's a bit of a sleeper. I think a lot of people forget about this movie. But this day in Disney history, 1995, the comedy film Heavyweights is released by Walt Disney Pictures. Talk about a movie that would not be made in 2026. The movie Heavyweights, which is incredibly funny, centering around a summer camp for overweight boys that is overtaken by a fitness guru. Ben Stiller is the antagonist in that film, but it's a very funny movie. Um, Heavyweights, released this day in Disney history, 1995. This day in Disney history, and this might be rough for some people here, but this day in Disney history, construction begins on Rock and Roller Coaster at Disney's MGM. So, shout out to my uncle Jerry, who worked on Rock and Roller Coaster, who would have been involved, on this day in Disney history, 1998. Pretty cool. As we all know, the Rock and Roller Coaster is being rethemed to the Muppets. So, we know a little bit of information. There's going to be some penguin animatronics in in the pre-show, and I think Scooter, and I'm sure we'll get some other Muppet mayhem as well. But very interested to see what songs the Muppets play on the new iteration, this retheme of Rock and Roller Coaster. I know Jillian's pretty torn up about the Muppet or the Rock and Roller Coaster being rethemed from Aerosmith to the Muppets. My point has always been, if they're looking to capitalize and make new fans of the Muppets, Muppet Vision 3D was anyone could experience that attraction. Rock and Roller Coaster, I think the height requirement's 48 inches, I want to say. And so, I mean, that cuts down on a whole lot of little ones. Granted, they will, Lord willing, grow up, to get tall enough to ride the ride. But I'm very interested to see, once the newness wears off, if the Muppet iteration of Rock and Roller Coaster has the same staying power that Aerosmith's version had for so long. But we'll see. Looking forward here, this day in Disney history, 2004, Christy Carlson Romano of Disney Channel's series Even Stevens, the voice of a animated Kim Possible, joined the cast of Broadway musical Beauty and the Beast. The 19-year-old Romano is the 13th actress to portray Belle, which I had no idea that she did this. But Christy Carlson Romano played Belle in the for a period of time in Beauty and the Beast on Broadway. How about that? So, let's see here. Looking ahead. Also, this day in Disney history, 2004, Disney announces its deal to buy the Muppets and Bear in the Big Blue House from Jim Henson. Bear in the Big Blue House still stands up today. Our boys love watching it. It's I wouldn't say it's a show that they is that it's a show that they watch necessarily on repeat, but it is one that they come back to over time, and they really love it, especially Wesley, being a little bit younger. But what an acquisition to have acquired the Muppets and for the Muppets to be brought under the Disney umbrella. I've not watched any. Let me know in the chat if you watch any of the new Muppet show. I've kind of heard kind of a mixed bag. The Disney MGM Studios days, right? But I've heard kind of a mixed bag on feedback related to the new Muppet show that's on Disney Plus. Let's see here. Yeah, right. Yeah, Jonathan said the opening's so good to Aladdin with the seller selling Tupperware. Yeah, it's hilarious. It's so funny. Have a good night, Keith. Thanks for being here. Let's see. Oh, neat. I'm glad you got your pins, buttons, and key ring, Keith. That's great to hear. Tina, what connection had you not made? about was it about the Slinky Dog making the Spanish announcements? Let me know. Moving on. This Day in Disney History 2006, Disney's live action feature Eight Below, a fictional reinterpretation of a real 1958 Japanese scientific expedition to Antarctica, opens in theaters. It stars Paul Walker, Bruce Greenwood, Moon Bloodgood, and Jason Biggs. I remember that movie coming out. I don't know if I watched it in theaters or not, but uh, anyway, this Day in Disney History 2006. Also, Air Force One carrying President Bush touches down at Orlando International Airport just in time for rush hour on busy I-4. From there, the president is transported to Disney's Contemporary Resort to speak at a dinner fundraiser. Moving on here, this Day in Disney History 2009. I love the animal related history, but Walt Disney World Resort welcomes a black and white colobus monkey, the first of its species born at Disney's Animal Kingdom. And I just saw some of those monkeys on our Animal Kingdom Day, so that's it's really fun to have that pop up as a fact here. Let's see. Speaking of speaking of new animals being born at Animal Kingdom, there was the first Ankole calf. They have the calves with the big hollow horns there on the Kilimanjaro Safari. Disney's first Ankole calf was born at Walt Disney World in over 20 years. And so, it's still spending time with mom. They've posted some pictures there. You can go check out Walt Disney World News today. But the female calf was born to Winnie, one of the Disney's Ankole cattle. The Dr. Mark Penning, the vice president of Disney's Animal Science and Environment department, also said both Calf and Winnie are in good health and will spend some time bonding behind the scenes before appearing on the savannah. The sweet little calf. And the Collie breed is a breed of African cattle, a part of the Sangha cattle group. They're found throughout Burundi, Congo, Rwanda, Tanzania, and Uganda. They're known for their horns, which are the largest and widest of any cattle species. They reach up to 8 feet wide from one tip to the other, and the calf's horns will start showing in a few months. So look forward to seeing the baby Ankole cow on our next trip to Hollywood Studios. Moving on here. This Day in Disney History 2015, Luigi's Flying Tires, an amusement ride in Cars Land at Disney California Adventure, closes. I didn't even know about this ride. Open since June 2012. Guests rode on a tire-shaped bumper car vehicles that floated on a cushion of air, similar to an air hockey game. It will be replaced by Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters. So we've only been at Christmas time, and the couple times we've been to Disneyland, Jillian and I have only been around Christmas time. And so it's always Luigi's Joy to the World, I believe is what it's called. But we love that ride. It's really funny with the cars dancing and everything, synchronized dancing Luigi cars is a lot of fun. And then finally, This Day in Disney History 2017. And I feel like this is something that Animal Kingdom's missing. And I wish they bring back some flavor of this, but I know they have the projection show on the Tree of Life at night, but I feel like they're missing, they made this big space, this big arena space, and they're not really even, utilizing it now. But This Day in Disney History 2017, Walt Disney World's Animal Kingdom turns on the lights for its new nighttime show, Rivers of Light. The complex production on the water in front of a new stadium features live performers and music, floating lanterns, lasers, and special lights, with images projected against a mist. The live performers will later be replaced by silhouette projections. The show is able to seat 5,000 guests, giving it the smallest capacity of Walt Disney World's nighttime shows. So, they went from Rivers of Light, and they had a modified version of Rivers of Light, and then they they did the Kite Tail show there for a bit, which was not a nighttime show, but just the whole premise of that, and watching the watching the kites crash after being carried, into the crash zone. There was, definitely a sight to behold. I never saw Kite Tails in person, but having watched the live streams, it was, what were they thinking with that show? I don't know. But anyway, that one will be talked about for years to come by Disney parks enthusiasts. Yeah, Rivers of Light was gorgeous, Mom, and I'm very, very thankful we got to see it, in its full production mode. The actors were phenomenal. It really was a pretty impactful show. But anyway, it's I think they could use some sort of show to fill that space. And I'd love to see them do that. Of course, to have a nighttime show, you have to be open after dark, and that's that's something that Animal Kingdom these days is very, very rarely open that late. So it makes it difficult to have a nighttime show if you're not open at night. Hey, welcome in, Mr. Najuma. Thanks for being here. Great to have you. So again, that wraps up this day in Disney history. Let me get you written down here, Mr. Najuma. But how's everybody doing? Hope you're all doing well. Have a good night there. Okay, thanks for being here. Appreciate you. But again, I just want to come on and talk a little bit, kind of high level, highlights of our trip. We had a great time. Got there a little bit earlier than we had originally planned to. I had to work, to get my grades in. So that kind of delayed things, getting to the actual, having fun part of the vacation. Big shout out to Jillian for, taking the boys to the pool and, occupying them for a little bit so I could focus on, wrapping up my grading and get my grades submitted for my class. But, we got some work done. I'll tell you what, the having an annual pass, the day we got there, we went ahead, thankfully, we got there. So the night before, I guess the day before, we checked into Pop Century Resort. Big shout out to Mom and Dad, being able to stay at their timeshare. But we finish out the long drive to get there. Again, we typically stop around Pensacola and then finish out the drive to Orlando the next day. And so, that first day that we had checked in to my parents' timeshare, or, one of the places we're able to stay at, we showed up, unpacked, the essentials for overnight. I didn't want to get everything out of the car, but unpacked the essentials. But, having an annual pass and, showing up in Orlando and just saying, hey, you know what? Let's drop in on Hollywood Studios. And and it was awesome because we showed up and we covered a lot of ground that evening. We were just there for a couple hours. But we covered a lot of ground. We got some Jillian tried out the pizza spring rolls. And I got some, I got some blue milk and got some dinner for me and Wesley and Wyatt there from the from Docking Bay 7. And we did make, I think, let's see, I want to say we did we got something to eat. We rode alien swirling saucers, and we rode and it's what's really funny is we did alien swirling saucers, then we split up to go eat, and then we met at Docking Bay 7. Jillian and Wyatt picked up one of these really cute alien sippers which the jetpack alien is probably my favorite. The alien swirling saucers aliens. The one in the claw is really funny, but I'm very partial to this jetpack alien. Let's see if I can turn on here. But so I was, very excited that Jillian and Wyatt picked up the sipper here. Let me see. I'm trying to find the button on it. Might have to have Jillian help me out in the chat here on how to turn this thing on. I see the little switch to flip here. Press here, but I don't see how to actually turn the power on this little guy. But his little jetpack lights up back here, and I think it's super cute. I'm glad that we got one. But it's a whole lot of fun. And so Jillian White picked this up. Wyatt got some popcorn, and we ate our food. And again, shout out to Wesley, because we're walking back through Toy Story Land on our way to Mickey and Minnie's. So we, our thought process was everybody's going to go to Fantasmic. That'll leave a shorter line for Mickey and Minnie's. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. But on our way, passing back through Toy Story Land, we come up on the wait time sign, and Wesley had asked about riding Midway Mania. He said, I want to do that. And we're like, oh, Wesley, we don't have lightning lanes. We're not sure how long the wait's going to be. And it's funny because as we're walking up to the sign, we see the number 5. And so we thought, oh no, it's like 50 minutes. It's on the jetpack. So I see I'm pushing the button here, Jilly, but there's no lights coming on. I don't know. Maybe we burnt out the batteries. I'm not sure. But anyway, super cute alien zipper with a jetpack. But yeah, so we see the number 5, and we kept walking, and we were expecting to see a 0 after it, right? And no, it just ended up being a 5-minute wait. So we go ahead and go ride Midway Mania. Had a blast, and then we went and did Runaway Railway. And technically, we could have snuck in one more ride of Runaway Railway, because there was like 7 minutes left when we got off the ride and out of the building. I was like, we can go ride it again. And Jillian said, we should probably get back, right? And so she was right. We did need to get back so we can get some work done, or so I could get some work done. So, hey, Dave's Disney Dreams, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Dave's Disney Dreams. But that was a great way to start off our trip. He lights up and talks too. Okay. I'll have to have you help me out with that later. Yeah, maybe the batteries are dead. But anyway. So yeah, big shout out to Wesley that we're able to do Midway Mania, because we were just expecting to get in alien swirling saucers, eating, and making minis. So that was fun. But then, I had a lot of work to do. We had our check-in, and thank goodness, we've had, issues with, them at checking into, Disney resorts taking longer than you'd like. But this time they were on top of things, and we had a room, probably around noon on our check-in day. They had a room ready for us there at Pop Century. We were in the 50s section. And I was very impressed that they had a room ready for us that early in the day. So we're able to get checked in, get all our stuff brought up. And Jillian said she thinks it was ready at 11:45. We had just started eating lunch, right? So anyway, regardless, I was very happy to see that our room was ready to go. We met a lot of we did a whole lot of dining on this trip, specifically table service meals, because we did do the Disney dining plan. I will say, I don't think we had done the dining plan since 2016 when Jillian and I went. But this time, the reason that what sold us on the Disney dining, or on the dining plan this go around, was why it's in the age like 3 to 9. So he was his dining plan ended up being free, and then Wesley is still under 3, and so his food was free too. So that was really nice. At least the sit down meals. But that was really nice. I will say the Disney dining plan is a lot of food, a lot of food. And we think about every table service meal coming with dessert. So with the Disney dining plan, you've got your quick service credit, you got a snack credit, and you have a table service credit. Um, and along with your table service credit, you could get a special drink. Whether it's alcoholic or non-alcoholic, you can get a specialty drink. So we tried. I think there's like so many wishes as a drink. I tried this like hot honey lemonade thing. That's a non-alcoholic drink there at Boma, which I thought was interesting. Kind of had a weird, weird sensation. Strange to drink something that's a drink that kind of leaves your throat feeling warm. But anyway, it was interesting. But yeah, there was some dining that we did on this trip that we had never done before. We had breakfast at Cape May Cafe, which was a whole lot of fun. And then also we ate at Chef Mickey's as well. Had both of those dinings on the same day on our rest day. Which on a rest day we still went into on a rest day we ended up still having to go into Magic Kingdom because we had to carry over some lightning lanes from our previous day. Let's see. Tina says hot honey lemonade is great if you have a cold. I figured as much. Oh, I got you. The Bedford tools. Yeah, I got you there. Yeah, Jillian's right. It was a pleasant surprise. She's been there before, and her room wasn't ready till 6. So it was wonderful, absolutely wonderful for them to have a room ready for us, and it helped me get my work done and get my grades submitted too, because I was able to get into the room and get to work sooner than I would have otherwise. So everything worked out pretty well. But I don't. Again, tonight's just kind of a high level. I'll show some of the merch we got. I need to gather my pins together. There's still some other merchandise we bought that I need to show also. But again, got this really fun alien sipper. We got the Winnie the Pooh and Piglet popcorn bucket, and you push on the egg there, and up pops Piglet, which is a whole lot of fun. Super duper cute. And this popcorn bucket, the popcorn bucket, and they can either you can either have them put popcorn in the bucket or have it on the side. Was $25 even, and it is super cute. I mean, look at it's Pooh Bunny, or it's a Pooh Bunny. It's Winnie the Pooh dressed as the Easter Bunny. I mean, how could you get any cuter with Piglet popping out of the egg? I mean, come on. It's super duper cute. So we had to have this one, of course. And the other thing too is, our family's big into playing board games, and we had kind of been circling this one for a long time. The only other version of Candyland we have in our home is Disney Princess Candyland, and so I figured it was high time for us to get a different version of Candyland. And so I went ahead and got us the Disney Theme Parks Edition version of Candyland. So we'll be looking forward to playing this here pretty soon with Jillian and the boys. Hi, welcome in here. Aurora Loves Disney 4. Thanks for being here. It's great to have you. If you haven't already, check us out, watch our other videos, and make sure to subscribe. But yeah, we're glad you're here. Aurora Loves Disney 4. I'm just giving a high level overview tonight, and usually my mom is typically on with me as well, talking about Disney news and Disney memories or whatever topic we have for the night. But it's great to have you here, Aurora Loves Disney 4. Thanks for being here. So yeah, looking forward to playing this. There's some really neat mechanics looking here at this version of it. You've got various, as with other iterations of Candyland, you've got different spaces that tell you to move up or slide back. Um, they've got all sorts of fun park icons. One of the colors you can land spaces you can land on to move ahead. It's called to Infinity and Beyond. It says don't be late, move ahead, and move you up. And then one of the other ones says go back for an autograph. So it shows them going back. And then finally here at the end it says this way to the 3 o'clock parade. And what time is the 3 o'clock parade? It's at 3 o'clock. So it's really funny to have even Disney Candyland referencing that. And some other really cool stuff we got on this trip. And again, this isn't everything, but I wanted to show some things. I got this really cool cup. I'm a sucker for really, really cool drinkware. I got this in the Pirates of the Caribbean gift shop. They said it was relatively new when I bought it. So, in that gift shop that you get fed into right as you get off of Pirates of the Caribbean, it's a barrel. You've got some like algae and barnacles and starfish built up on it and some rope wrapped around it. But it says a pirate's life for me. And then the straw has a little skull and the crossed blades pirate flag, a little red straw, and the top says Pirates of the Caribbean in the ride's font. So really, really cool cup. Yeah, Jillian's right. This is not cheaply made. It's pretty heavy plastic. So I saw this and had to have it. It's just super cool. And I'll be drinking out of this little barrel. But in addition to that, again, I love cool drinkware. On our last trip back in December, we stopped at Beacon Barrel for the first time, and Jillian knew I didn't want to spend that much money on a cool cup, but bless her, she went ahead and got it for me, and I really appreciated it. But so we have the Jack Sparrow version, the little skull that the specialty drink comes in at Beacon Barrel. But they also recently started selling, and I think it was either the day we were there, might have been the first day that they sold these, but they came in this really cool box. I'll show the box off first, but it is a Red Skull mug. So again, you're back in the day, they had red. The redhead was in the auction scene there, and on Pirates of the Caribbean, and they since changed that character to Pirate Red. But check out this cool box. I love all the detailed artwork on the box. Our good friend Kelly from Kelly in the Parks absolutely has to have one of these mugs. Since she loved pirates, and she's already our resident redhead in the community. But I love the lock there. It says Magic Kingdom. It says Beacon Barrel there. But a big fan of this. There's the Beacon Barrel barrel on top of the box. And then if you open the box up, there's even, fake, gold coins on the walls within the box. So this is, just really, really neat. And, it's amazing the box that it comes in is so detailed that you don't want to throw it away. So, but again, here's the actual cup itself. It's got a gem there on the eye right here, and then the pirate red hair, some jewels in it, or some beads and stuff in the hair, a little plume on the hat. And this one's I really should have brought the other one and showed them side by side, but the size of her hat adds a lot to the size of this mug. So very, very cool. And again, I'm a big fan of cool drinkware, and so I knew that these would be coming home with me Also got a Beacon Barrel shirt. I'll have to show that to you. I'll probably wear that shirt actually next week. But we got some other really cool stuff. I'm looking forward to showing it to y'all. Let's see here. Yeah, right. Yeah, Jillian has said the designer of the cup was there maybe 15 minutes before we bought it. Yeah, we were just a little bit late getting over there. They said that the designer of the cup had a group of people with them, and but we didn't ever actually see them based off the way that the Pirates cast members said they were designed it. So, yeah, fancy artwork for a drink cup, right, Jonathan? Let's see here. Sorry, looking here. Yeah, Jillian, that's funny. Yeah, I need another house to store mugs, right? Yeah, exactly, Tina. We have the same problem. We have so many really cool Disney mugs. I know that we've got some mugs in storage that we need to rotate in at some point. But yeah. Mom said that one's ceramic. It could be a candle holder, candy dish, flower vase. So you could do multiple things with this specific mug. Let's see here. Make sure I didn't miss anything in the chat here. Yeah, we just barely missed the designer of that new mug. Yeah, we love Pirates too. It's my favorite ride. Mom's is Haunted Mansion, but my favorite ride is Pirates. Yeah, I've always been captivated by it, and obviously I love the movies too. Oh yeah, one more thing here. I do have something within arm's reach. Give me a second. Hold on. Here we go. So I just noticed this, and it was within arm's reach. But we went by the toy store, and his name escapes me. I used to know the name of the Toy Dairy and Toy Maker's toy store. I can't remember the name of the character from Galaxy's Edge, but anyway, at the little toy store there in the marketplace, Jillian wanted to get this little wood looking Darth Vader action figure. So he looks like wood, but he's actually plastic. His little saber's got a little bend to it, but he's very very cute. Almost kind of made of like a wood tiki look material. He's almost like a gigantic block, like Lego type figure. But anyway, he's pretty neat. It's really fun Darth Vader toy there from the I guess the Toy Dairy. I guess it is the Toy Dairy and Toy Maker. So it's pretty neat. Yeah. Jonathan says looks like Vader from the children's animated show. But anyway, I thought it was super neat, and Jillian wanted it, so we ended up getting it. But we have lots of other really cool stuff, and I've got plenty more to tell you about our trip. Overall thoughts, I would say, if I was picking a dining plan, obviously, the Disney dining plan with it being quick service, table service, and a snack versus the quick service plan with 2 quick services and a snack. I would say while you can eat a ton of food on the Disney dining plan, I would say I would lean more toward just doing the quick service dining plan instead, mainly because if you maximize, try to get the most bang for your buck on your table service meals, which, we picked, let's see, I'm trying to think. I guess all the table service meals we had were all you care to enjoy. So we did, Boma, we did Woody's Roundup Rodeo Barbecue, we did Cape May Cafe, we did Chef Mickey's, and we did Garden Grill. And I've done Dark Garden Grill, but it was years ago. I can't even remember it very well. But Cape May Cafe and Chef Mickey's were also two experiences that were new to us, and we really enjoyed them. We thought they were great. Um, Chef Mickey's is definitely Disney Food Blog's not lying. It's, there's Chef Mickey's is high energy. Um, it was really funny, but there was double doors. The characters go in and out of double doors. And at one point, the music kicked on, and Goofy blasted through those double doors from like the kitchen area, and he hit those doors so hard they flew open and hit this lady that was sitting at the table behind the doors. And so the cast members kind of like yelled him down and were like, "Hey, Goofy, like come give this lady a hug. You just annihilated her with the swinging door from the kitchen." So Goofy went and gave her a hug and was embarrassed about it, but it was very funny. Oh yeah, we did Crystal Palace too. Sorry. Um, oh yeah, spending a lot of time. Yeah, that's the other thing, Tina, is you're spending a lot of part time eating. So thankfully, again on this trip, with us being annual pass holders currently, um, that was one thing that we, had more peace of mind about spending so much time, sitting down doing the table service meals. Um, was because it's like, okay, we're annual pass holders, we have the flexibility to, come and go as we please. Whereas if I bought, 4-day, 5-day tickets, I'm trying to squeeze out as much time in the parks as I can. So it's a bit of that's one of the luxuries of having an annual pass is that you feel less rushed and you feel less obligated to be there from rope drop to kiss goodnight. So, um, but yeah, that's a great point there, Tina. Is that it does eat into your time. Um, yeah, just like Jillian said there. But yeah, great point. Jillian said we did Cape May Cafe and Chef Mickey's on our off day, uh, so it was nice. We didn't waste a lot of park time that day. I guess technically we might have kind of done it, but yeah, that's the other thing too. Is Jillian had said I for sure wouldn't do the Disney dining plan if we had to pay for Wyatt's food because it's not worth it at all. He wouldn't eat that much food. Yeah, thankfully Wesley ate enough food for all of us combined. So yeah, it's funny, for Wyatt's little brother to out eat him. Uh, but anyway, sure enough, that's exactly what happened on our trip. But yeah, Disney dining plan is just a whole lot of food. And it's tough to, unless you just really have things, those meals spaced out substantially, it's tough to, be hungry enough to want a snack after you've done a table service meal and had dessert. So, um, the but we left no credits behind. We were zeroed out on our quick service, our dining, our table service dining, and our snacks for the adults and kids credits alike. So, um, yeah, we were glad to have that zeroed out um, by the end of our trip and didn't leave any money on the table, if you will. But we met a lot of cool characters. Some classic characters there at Hollywood Studios. Wyatt said his favorite character to meet on this trip was Pinocchio, which I thought was fun. And then he said his favorite character that we met on this trip was Moana, and we met her at Animal Kingdom. And I got to say that was a solid Moana. She did a fantastic job. Um, so yeah, right, no credit left behind, exactly, Mom. But yeah, we had a blast meeting the characters. We did a lot of character meet and greets, of course, with like three of our three of our meals being character meals, Crystal Palace, Cape May Cafe, and Chef Mickey's, and actually four. Now that I say that, with I was thinking it's going to come to me, Garden Grill. So, 4 of like our 6 table service meals were character meet and greets, character meals. So, um, yeah, we had done a lot of character meeting on this trip. But even with that, we met a lot of characters. I'll have to next week. I'll have to bring the autograph book. But we'll go through, and our plan is to print off pictures um, of each of our meet and greets and put them there next to the autograph in the autograph book. Tina says, "Yeah, we usually do one sit down meal a day, a snack, and a sample of festivals. Besides the hashtag steak every night. Ooh, yeah, steak every night sounds good. Let's see. Yeah, Tina says I never have an off park day. I may have another park, like SeaWorld, but I go into a park every day, even if it's only for a few hours. Yeah, right. Um, so that's good. It's the best to try to get the most you can out of your trip for sure. Yeah, you're right. Jillian said, I think Wesley enjoyed the buffet style more than ordering one thing for sure. So, let's see. See, sorry, catch up on the comments there. But yeah, we just had a wonderful trip all around. We had a great time. It's been a lot of fun. For all of us to have annual passes. Well, minus Wesley, but he was free. He is free because he's under 3. So, um, I'll probably do some sort of, um, I guess reflection, and maybe like a summary or reflection, my thoughts on having an annual pass and whether or not, we intend to renew. Might put a video together for that. But I will say it has been wonderful. Um, to have that annual pass. If the park's super busy or like it was for our Animal Kingdom day, we just did some other stuff. We went with the flow. you know we did end up leaving Animal Kingdom early to go back and meet up with Jillian, and then she went into the park. But um it really is a game changer to have that annual pass and to feel flexibility, and to not feel again, obligated to squeeze every single solitary, second out of every day. Um, we definitely got a bit more rest, on this trip, and didn't weren't there for early entry every single day. So, let's see. Jillian said the biggest downside is wanting to go to Disney and a cruise. And a cruise is very hard to do, knowing you could go to Disney World, right? So I am looking forward to our cruise coming up here in May, toward the end of May. So again, we're planning on going on the Wish, and very much looking forward to that. And I'll make sure to take a lot of videos and gather a lot of content for y'all on that trip as much as I can. Obviously it's challenging at times to try and get decent video and pictures whenever you're chasing around a 7-year-old and 2-year-old. But Jillian and I will do the best I can to take some good videos and stuff. Um, let's see. Jonathan says Disney cruise is so expensive. I have on or have traveled the world with that cost. LOL. Okay. Um, oh, what happened there? Oh, I lost it. Yeah, Jillian says Disney cruise for what all is included isn't that bad. So I'm looking forward to being able to make a educated uh defense or argument for or against that. The value of the Disney cruise. So I'm very excited to go on that trip. Um, let's while we're at it here, um, let's go ahead and open up some more kind of. Mom's not here for the pack battle, so I guess that means I have to pack battle myself. Um, so let's grab Pack here. Looks like it's all Cruellas. So I've got a couple of Cruella packs here from the Fabled set. This set has been much harder to come by. There's lots of folks buying this set up, trying to get the iconic Mickey and Minnie cards out of these sets. I think that Mickey card is like $1,800, which is insane. But and I think that's rough. That's not even actually graded. So it would be pretty incredible to pull that Mickey iconic card. But starting off at the top here, again, this is the Fabled set. This is a Pluto rescue dog. Super cute. The other thing I forgot to do was I wanted to break some of these cards and have them autographed, by the characters. But anyway, there's a Moana Undeterred Voyager. Love the artwork for these cards. Next up is Improvise with Mulan. Mulan. Then we have Prince Eric, Dashing and Brave. He's going to go plow that ship right into Ursula. Belle, Untrained Mystic. Speaking of Ariel and Eric, we watched the Little Mermaid show there at Hollywood Studios and had a good time. And I gotta say, the next time you're in the parks and you go watch the Ariel stage show, during the Under the Sea sequence, pay special attention to Ariel's dance moves, because it's so funny when you think about that, since it's just her upper body and then she has the mermaid tail. All that she can do from a dance perspective is like with her arms. And so please pay special attention to her dance moves, because they had me cracking up whenever we watched the show on this trip. Cracked me up big time. Next up is Louis, Chill Nephew. First uncommon card is Signed Contract. Speaking of Ursula, the Ariel show. Next up we have Olaf, Friendly Snowman. Look at how cute. Last uncommon card is the Card Soldiers, full deck, Alice in Wonderland. First rare card is Rafiki, Mythical Fighter. It's a neat card. Next up we have Moana again, Moana of Motunui. And last but not least, we have Rare Alice, who's accidentally adrift. So it's cool to have a rare foil card. Here's a puzzle piece to the Power Line puzzle. Where'd it go? I have a binder somewhere around here for these cards. So I need to beat 2 rares and a foil rare with this next pack. See what we get. All right, we have Stitch, Alien Dancer, and we have Moana again, Undeterred Voyager. Next up, Improvise Mulan. This pack is looking awfully familiar. Oh, now we have Eeyore. There we go. Overstuffed donkey. Look at him. Wyatt said he loves Eeyore because of Eeyore's tail. Whenever we saw Eeyore there at Crystal Palace. Oh yeah, that was the other one I mentioned was the Crystal Palace. We did Crystal Palace for breakfast. The churro Mickey waffles were phenomenal. Looking forward to eating those on the Disney cruise too. Cuzco Wanted Llama. Next up, we have Flounder, Voice of Reason, little shark silhouette in the background. Next up is Sisu in her human form, Daring Visitor. Uncommon card. Next uncommon card is Nani, Protective Sister, Lilo and Stitch. Final uncommon card is Mother Knows Best. Listen to your mother. I heard that Catherine Hahn was cast as Mother Gothel. I think she'll be a solid fit there. First card in the rare slots is Cursed Merfolk. Ursula's handiwork. So we're tied up so far. Next card is another rare. We have the Queen, which is a conceited ruler. Last up, we need a rare or above here to beat the previous pack we just opened. And it's an uncommon. We got Bobby Zimmerowski from the Spray Cheese Kid from a Goofy movie. And again, here's another puzzle piece here to the power line puzzle. So the first pack beat the second pack, but lots of fun cards opened up tonight. I've got some new ones to add to the binder, so that's always fun. But hope you're all appreciate you all being here again. This is tonight's stream was a little less formal than normal. I don't have the slideshow with me tonight, but I'll try to gather my thoughts and give you some more specifics over the course of the week, and look to talk a bit more about our trip next week. Give you some more specifics on thoughts on maybe even power rank the different table service meals we had. Talk about some of the snacks we had. But we just had a wonderful trip. Again, very blessed and thankful to go on this trip. I did take pictures at Beach Club Resort. I did take pictures as well as a video of the Easter eggs at the Beach Club Resort. So I'll make sure to show those. Hopefully, I might even put them out on the Instagram, or put the pictures. Sorry, put my video together and put together a short of all the different Easter eggs there at Beach Club Resort. But thanks everybody for being here. Thanks to our channel members. We appreciate your their extra level of support. Shout out to our Ghost Host moderators, keeping the chat family friendly. Shout out to those on Team Replay, those that watch after the video is already posted. We appreciate you. Again, if you ever watch on Team Replay, leave us a comment so we can thank you for being here. I do the best I can to keep track of everybody commenting. Yeah, it's always good to get new cards, Jonathan. Got support and fortunate souls. Yeah, I know you appreciate that, Pam. Let's see. Sorry, looking here. Yes. Sorry. Let's see. Sorry, I'm looking here. Oh yeah, I see. Sorry, I'm reading over Jillian's comments there. But and everybody else's comments there. But anyway, again, thanks everybody for being here. Oh, I forgot to mention, we did the Spike the Bee. Oh geez, what is it called? We did the extravaganza, the Easter egg hunt extravaganza 2026. Let's see, Spike the Bee. What is it called? Sorry. The Spike's pollination exploration of the scavenger hunt. We got the little, and I'll have to show that thing too. There's a cute little, one of those little figures that moves with light, and it kind of moves its arms. But anyway, we did both the Spike's pollination exploration and the extravaganza 2026 searches. We had never done that before, Jillian and myself and the boys. So it was a lot of fun to go check out all the different areas of Epcot. Walk further in some of the pavilions than we do sometimes. But we had a wonderful time, and I really should have bought one of those little one of the Spike the Bee little garden stakes, just because we had such a fun time doing that exploration around Epcot. So the boys had a lot of fun looking for the Easter eggs and trying to find Spike too, and so we just had the best time on our Epcot day. We really did. Knocked out a lot of rides earlier in the day, and then as the day went on, just going around searching for Easter eggs and Spike the Bee and flowers. So we had a great time. But I'll tell you more about our trip in detail as either next week or the week after. But look forward to having Mom back on me on with me next week, or in the following week. But again, thanks everybody for being here. If you're here for just 5 minutes, or if you're here for over an hour, or almost to an hour and 15 minutes here, um, we really appreciate you. It's a big encouragement to us. We appreciate your support. Um, and if you haven't already, check out the liveplace.com. It's basically a TV guide listing for family friendly live streams. Big shout out to Dean, who maintains that site. If you haven't already, check out his YouTube channels, The Live Place and Dreamers Empire. If you're a YouTube creator looking to grow your channel, check out TubeBuddy. It's a great tool that tracks viewing trends, just keywords for titles and tags, and it helps you track channel data. It's very helpful to you in growing your channel. Basic version's free. The paid version, if you have under 1,000 subs, is discounted. But if you're interested, check out our link in the description below. We both get a free month. Also, too, if you haven't already, check out Stickermule. If you're looking for good quality, low cost promotional items, stickers, keychains, magnets, buttons, so on and so forth. If you're interested in anything like that, check out Stickermule. Use our link in the description. We both get a $10 credit for future order. Pam Fan said, "How's your dad doing?" Thank you for asking, Pam. Yeah, he's scheduled to have his operation tomorrow. So if you could, if you don't mind, keep him in your prayers, and Mom too. Obviously, you know, and we really appreciate it. It mean a lot to us. So thanks for asking about Dad there, Pam. But again, thanks everybody for being here. We had a blast at the Flower and Garden Festival, um, and our Animal Kingdom Day ended up being crazy busy, but I'll tell you more about that next week. Animal Kingdom ended up being a crazy busy, but we had, again, just had a great time on this trip. Yeah, thank you, Tina. But we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Again, thanks for joining us. If if you're on replay, leave us a comment so we can thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. It means a lot to us. But we go live try to go live every Tuesday night. We've had a lot of life happening lately, and so we appreciate your patience. We have missed one or two hitchhiker chats recently, and so we really do appreciate your patience. As we got some stuff going on in life. Hey, Kevin, thanks for being here. Let's see. Yeah, thanks there, Jonathan. Oh, there we go. But again, thanks everybody for being here. Let me get you added in here, Kevin, to the list. Run through roll call here. Thank everybody for being here. Thanks to Angela and Aunt Susan. Thanks to Mandy Adams, Jillian Bone, Jonathan Chung, Tina McNeil, Pam's Fam 74, Kay Wilby, the Hitchhiking Bones, Strawberry Field Fairy, Nicole Roddenhisler, BDF, Keith, thank you, Keith, Jason Thibodeau, Najuma Brown, Miss Najuma Brown, Dave's Disney Dreams, Aurora Loves Disney 4, and Kevin Theme Park Adventure. If I missed you, I apologize. I do the best I can to keep track of the chat, and also write everybody's names down here as I see people comment. So thanks everybody for being here. Support means so much to us. And had a lot of fun talking about my trip and opened some Lorcana cards. So more to come on our trip. I need to, again, I'm pretty tired from the drive the last couple of days and then having a full work day today. But I hope you're all doing great. We support we appreciate your support and encouragement. We go live every Tuesday night, 9:00 p.m. Central, 10:00 Eastern. Be sure to join us live or watch on the replay. Make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell if you haven't already, so you get notifications when we go live. Check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and X. If you want to reach out to us directly, you can contact us at thehitchhikingbones@gmail.com or send us a direct message on Instagram. Again, thanks everybody. We really appreciate your support. Had a lot of fun talking about this day in Disney history, touching on a little bit of Disney news, talking about our trip and some of my high level thoughts. and opening Lorcana, of course. So hope you all have a wonderful week. I hope we see you real soon. And remember, at the Hitchhiking Bones YouTube channel, there's always room for one more. So please hurry back. Bye, everybody. Have a great week, y'all. Thanks. There's great, big, beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day.